This is Radar for On the Radar Entertainment Blog, coming to another edition of Movie Reviews Observations number 63. I'm coming at you very early in the week with only 4 movies due to circumstances of this week. There will be a video on Monday to supplement the movies I watch between tomorrow and Monday and go back to regular schedule Saturday night. So the first movie I watched was Arch Enemy. It's based on like a graphic novel comic book where Joe Manganiello is this, local drunk who claims to be a superhero from another planet. A little bit of Hancock mixed with Superman. And when he meets this kid who's trying to be like a journalist and he gets involved with the wrong people because his sister's involved with the wrong people, he's got to spring into action and save the day and try to figure out who's behind it. And then you find out it's the person that is from his planet that came with him. And the movie goes back and forth between like animation and graphics and actual, live action. It was pretty cool. And I've seen some of the people before, some of the henchmen I've seen before. They're like character actors. And the interesting thing is I'm watching this and I'm like, wait, Paul Scheer from The League, an FX comedy, he's playing a drug addict type of person. And then one of the bad guys in the movie was Glenn Howerton. I'm like, oh, it's Dennis from It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, another FX movie. And I'm like, I didn't believe him being a dude with weird sideburns, earrings, and blonde dyed hair, that he's like a bad guy. Like, he's like a bad character. His character in It's Always Sunny is a bad person, but not like running like a drug ring or whatever else, hookers and stuff. Like, it's not what I think of. So pretty much for a movie that is, 90 minutes, it pretty much flew by. Superhero tries to save today, all that stuff. So it's pretty interesting. I would suggest you watch Arch Enemy. Then I watched the movie Infidel, which I thought was great, because basically the movie is, this guy is at a religious conference, a journalist named Doug Rollins, and he gives like a speech about Jesus is the Lord, blah, 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 and Muslims apparently obviously didn't like that. But he's in Egypt. He all of a sudden finds out that he gets hostage from the Iranian regime, like Hezbollah, and on these charges of being like a spy, and he's there to, take over and stuff, and they're like, and his wife, who works for one of the government agencies, says, yeah, we can't help you. You're just going to have to let it be. And she's not going to let it be. So she goes out there and tries to save him, and she gets help from Christians who live in Iran, Mossad, the Jewish, intelligence force. And it's about that, her trying to save her husband, and him saying, I'm not going to admit I'm a spy. I did this, this, and that. And overall, it was a really good movie. And for the movie that's only out of 47 minutes, it actually pretty much went by quickly. I liked it. It was pretty good. Then I watched the movie Jungleland, where it's only 89 minutes with credits. And I'm saying to myself, okay, it's not a long movie. And Charlie Hunnam from Sons of Anarchy is the brother who's like the smarts of the operation, and his brother's the bare knuckle brawler, and they owe people money, and they got to go do this tournament overseas. And it's like, okay, cool. I mean, not overseas, over to the other side, because they're like in New York, and they got to get to San Francisco. But then they have to add all this stuff, and it's like they waste time. The movie drags on. It doesn't get to where you need to be until the end of the movie, where they get to where they're supposed to be. It gets dragged down by, they have to bring this girl to Nevada, and this girl is telling the other brother, you shouldn't listen to this brother, putting things in their head, causing them all this trouble and all this problem, blah, blah, blah. And you're just like, okay, cool. And then, you got to add the fact that she has, like, the baby of this weirdo dude who wants her to have it, and they're like, no, we don't want to do this, blah, 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 blah. It's just like, yeah, all this stuff for a movie I thought was about like an underdog story where the two brothers are trying to make it, and one's a bare knuckle, fighter, boxer, and the brother's there to help him, be his manager, his trainer and stuff, and it's just a waste of time. Then I watched the movie Wander Darkly with Diego Luna and Sienna Miller, where basically they're in an accident, and they keep going back and forth to the past and to the different moments in the past, and either both of them are died or one of them did, and then eventually one survives and one doesn't. It was weird, confusing, and I don't get why people think it was a good movie. It was just, they get married, they have a baby, they have a house, they have an accident, they're going back and forth. Vanessa Bayer from formerly of SNL is in there for some reason. I don't know. But overall, Arch Enemy and Infidel were really good movies. It's Jungleland and Wander Darkly, and it's like, I don't know what they were thinking. Thank you for listening to another edition of Movie Reviews and Observations, number 63. For On the Radar Entertainment Blog, I'm Radar. See you guys next time. Thanks for listening, number 63.